Hi everyone, I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. I love all things luxury. I love luxury shoes, I love luxury handbags, luxury lifestyle and vlogging, and if they're things that appeal to you, I hope you'll do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Today I am doing a tag video. I was tagged by the fabulous Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle. Lisa has a fantastic channel here on YouTube. She is always great to watch. She does some fantastic vlogs in New York, which I am always glued to because I love New York, and she could just put me on FaceTime and carry me around the streets of New York and I would be a happy person. But she's got some fantastic insight into brands, and her vlogs are great, and she loves Fendi. So if you haven't checked out Lisa, make sure you do. Her channel will be linked down below. She started a tag around 5 brands she wants to try, and she tagged me in it, and I'm so grateful to her for doing that. So today I'm going to be outlining for you the 5 brands I am showing interest in and would possibly look to buy something from. So I have recently done the 5 brands that I will not buy from, and I will link that video down below for you. I'm also going to link Lisa's video that she did to start this tag down below, so please make sure after you've watched mine you go and watch hers. And yes, so now that we've outlined the 5 brands I'm not buying from, let's look at the 5 brands that, I'm a little interested in, I'd like to have a look at. I might be considering something from them. So the first brand that I am actually very interested in at the moment is Foray Lepage. And I'm sure I butchered that, and I have to actually send a message to Dale and Connor and say, how do I pronounce this correctly? Because I knew that I was going to butcher it. So Foray Lepage is what I've said, and I'm hoping that I am correct. They aren't a massive brand here in Australia. They do have a Sydney store now, that's only up until like midway through last year, I want to say, or even early 2022. Before that, they only had a store in Melbourne. So I haven't actually been into the Sydney store yet. I know Connor from The Closet has several pieces from Foray Lepage. I know Dale has a piece from Foray Lepage. And they look really interesting to me, but I am looking at them because I know I'm traveling later in the year. Last time I traveled, I took my Louis Vuitton on the go, and it drove me nuts because it was so heavy and so structured. I am considering taking my Neverfull GM this time, but I know that Foray Lepage do something called a battle tote. So it's essentially like a Neverfull in terms of its style, and it has a zip across the top. So I'm super interested to have a look at that. I think it might be really quite hard wearing, which is always really handy when you travel. The fact that I can zip it up across the top also appeals to me when traveling. So yeah, I think I might get myself into the Sydney store in the next couple of months and have a look and see if that battle tote might actually work for me. So that's certainly a brand that I am currently considering and looking at. So maybe there's going to be an unboxing from them at some point. And by the same token, Goyard also have similar tote style bags. We do not have a Goyard here in Australia as far as I know, but certainly if I'm planning to travel overseas, and I will be going to London and Paris, I will most certainly be able to get into Goyard. So that's the second brand that I'm going to name. I do actually want to go in and have a look. People seem to absolutely love or absolutely hate Goyard. I don't feel like they have any middle ground whatsoever. It's got a similar pattern to it as for Foray Lepage. But yeah, I'm super interested to just go into a store and have the opportunity to look around. I knew there was a store in New York while I was there, but I didn't have time to get in and have a look. It was a very short trip and I packed an awful lot in. This trip will also be short, but I'm planning to do less shopping. I say this, but I really am. I'm planning to do a lot less shopping this time and try to actually have a holiday. So we'll see how that goes. And I would like to make a point to get in to see pieces from Goyard while I am either in London or Paris. I don't care which, but I have some interest in the brand. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know if I'll commit to that one. I feel like I'm much more likely to actually buy something from Foray Lepage than I am from Goyard, but having never set foot in a store, I can't say that definitively. The next brand that I am super interested in and may add to my collection at some point is Loewe. So the puzzle bag has always been interesting to me, but it's not really ever felt like my style. I really quite like the mini puzzle bag, but I have yet to see it come in a color that I desperately want. So I feel like if they brought out a color that I loved in the mini puzzle bag, I would definitely want to be in there seeing it. I do love the aesthetic of the puzzle, but the small size just feels a little bit boxy to me, and I'd want to wear it as a crossbody, and I feel like the mini is better suited to what I need it to be. So at this point, I don't own anything from Loewe. I believe they make beautiful, beautiful pieces. They've got gorgeous leather. They do great ready to wear. Their candles are fantastic if you're interested in candles. They do beautiful fragrances. So they're doing all the right things. I just haven't had any of their pieces speak to me yet. But like I said, if the mini puzzle bag comes in a very bright pink, purple, blue, green, I will probably be there to see it and possibly want it at that point. So Loewe is definitely one that I'm also watching. The other brand, so the fourth brand that is on my list, which I am keeping an eye on and have some interest in, and generally have been in, I've been interested on and off in this brand for quite a while now. So it's Bulgari. So we do have a Bulgari here in Australia, in Sydney. We have one in most of the major cities, I think. They're known mostly for their jewelry, obviously, but they do beautiful bags. I'm very interested in their Galusha bags, so their stingray bags. They seem to do beautiful stingray, and not a lot of the fashion houses do stingray. So Fendi definitely does. They have Galusha in their made to order as an option, but they generally don't do it as part of their standard range. As far as I know, Bulgari is one of the only fashion houses that have Galusha as part of their standard range. So they just make the bags, they go into store and they sell them to whoever wants to buy them, basically. And it's just a really beautiful exotic. So I'm really interested in their Galusha bags. But a lot of their bags are very, very structured. They're very pretty. They're generally speaking not my style, but I feel like if the Galusha came in the right bag and I was in the right place at the right time, I would probably jump on it. But there's certainly a brand that I keep an eye on regularly, that I look at. They're a brand that I'll go, oh, if I've got time, I'll drop in, and I never get time. So I guess if I'm not making the time to get in there, then they're not quite calling my name loudly enough. But they're definitely on my radar somewhere, and I haven't written them off. They're certainly not a brand that I'm definitely never buying anything from. So I figure until I get to the point where I've written you off, you're always in with a chance. So watch this space. We'll see if Bulgari do something that I'm like, oh my goodness, I definitely need to own that. But they're definitely, you know, they're just in my peripheral. We'll see. And the fifth brand that I am also keeping my peripheral and that I am interested in is Alexander McQueen, which might surprise a few people because it's very much a contemporary brand. It probably is not in the same, I don't want to use the word league. It doesn't sit with some of the other houses that I love to buy from. But they do beautiful, beautiful color and crystal and texture. And that all speaks to me. And they're a little bit edgy, which I really love. So I have expressed before that there was an Alexander McQueen bag on my radar back after I got back from New York. I saw it while I was in New York. I didn't buy it. I still kick myself over that. But it's definitely a brand that's got things that I look at and go, yeah, that's pretty cool. I really like that. So they're definitely there for me. But once again, I think it's a matter of right place, right time, and I'm ready to buy something. So it's another brand that I go, well, if I get time, I'll drop in and have a look, and then I never make the time. But I know they do things that definitely speak to me. I know they do things that are really edgy and great color and texture and beautiful designs. So yeah, Alexander McQueen is definitely on my radar, and I would be more than willing to add a piece from Alexander McQueen. So watch this space. We'll see if the right bag shows up at the right time. Maybe some of these pieces will come into my collection while I am off traveling. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But this has been a really fun tag. It was nice to think about things that I have run around in my head on a regular basis, but maybe I don't always lend speech to thought. So it was nice to actually put them down on paper and go, yeah, these are brands that really interest me. The Foray Lepage has really surprised me. When it very first started to pop up on social media, I was like, yeah, no, not really. That's not my thing. But I can certainly see the practicality of a lot of the bags they make, and that when you're traveling is really, really quite handy. So yeah, I'm pretty confident on that one. And having never been in store and not touched a bag and having no idea at the moment, I'm really confident about it, but I might get into store and go, no, it's not for me. So yeah, we'll see. I'd like to thank Lisa for creating this tag. It was a really, really fun tag to do, and it was great to sit down and think about these things. Also remind you, go check out her channel. She is working her way diligently towards 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to see her hit that. She really deserves it. Like I said, she does brilliant vlogs. If you love New York, please go watch her for the vlogs. It's well worth it. I'm going to tag some other YouTubers because I would love to know what they are looking at in terms of brands that they're interested in and want to try. So I'm going to tag Nick from Living Life Loud with NJS. So Nick Snell, tell us what 5 brands you're super interested in trying. I'm also going to tag Steph from Handbag Holic. Steph, what handbag brands do you want to try? Because you spend a lot of time looking at lots of different brands. So I'm super interested to see in all your shopping vlogs that you've done, what brands are really interesting you at the moment. And I'm going to tag Connor from The Closet by Connor, and he can tell us what 5 brands he's really interested in looking more into and possibly trying in the future. So Nick from Living Life Loud with NJS, Steph from Handbag Holic, and Connor from The Closet by Connor. I'll link all of their channels down below as well. All fabulous, fabulous people that you should be out there following anyway. So hopefully they'll do this tag and we can hear from them as well. If you have liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to a content creator when you hit that subscribe button. Also, if you can hit the little bell notification, it will tell you when I upload videos, which is usually 3 times a week. If you would like, I will also throw up my handle for Instagram, so you can come follow me over there. I put lots up in real time, lots around my collection, my day-to-day life, things I've got coming up. So please come follow me over on Instagram. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.